Good morning, Maine. The latest update between Northern Light Health and Anthem's contract negotiations. A new contract still has not been reached. Plus, tomorrow is Election Day. Both sides of Question 1 are making their voices heard before heading to the polls. And a new statue was unveiled in Searsport that was actually made by a local. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning, Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop. Craig Colson is off for the day. We'll have those stories and much more coming up, but as always, we thank you for joining us. The weather this morning is actually quite chilly, but it seems like it will warm up a bit later on, and maybe even some rain coming through tonight. Let's get a first check of our forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, let's get into things this morning. We have some advisories posted. We have a small craft advisory up until Tuesday morning at around 1 a.m. And we also have some gale warnings that will last until Wednesday morning at around 1 a.m. as well. Gusty winds, and they could reach up to around 45 miles per hour this week, and that will really stir up the ocean. Some areas of low pressure will be passing through. In the meantime, we are quiet. A weak area high pressure keeping us quiet for now. We will be watching for increasing clouds today and a slight chance for some rain showers too. We have a couple areas of low pressure. This one will be passing through nearby, giving us a slight chance for rain showers today. This one will give us some opportunities for rain coming up later on tonight. Futurecast showing those rain opportunities with a small chance later on tonight and better opportunities overnight as well. So your hourly forecast this morning into the afternoon period, again, some clouds and then better opportunities for rain late this afternoon and especially overnight. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Janessa?
Thank you, Devin. Well, a Bangor man is facing charges after allegedly attacking a McDonald's employee with a knife on Sunday morning. According to the Bangor Police Department, the incident occurred at the Main Street McDonald's shortly before 6:30 a.m. Police say they received reports that an employee had been assaulted by an unknown male with a knife. Bangor police arrested 61-year-old Paul Bernard of Bangor at that scene. Authorities say the employee of the business was transported by an ambulance to the local hospital where he is being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. ABC 7 and Fox 22 News received a statement from McDonald's owner, Gary Eckman. He says they are shocked and saddened by the incident. Eckman says the safety of their crew and customers is always top priority, and they are grateful for the swift response of the local law enforcement. Bernard was taken to the Penobscot County Jail. He's being charged with elevated aggravated assault. Authorities say that investigation remains ongoing. And in the latest update between Northern Light Health and Anthem's contract negotiations, the health organization's president and CEO, Guy Hudson, said as of Saturday morning that a new contract had not been reached. While the deadline for the new contract between both parties has now come and gone, Hudson says Anthem customers will not be out of network with Northern Light Health. In a statement, Hudson says in part, quote, "I personally want to reassure our patients who are Anthem customers that they can continue to receive care with Northern Light Health without disruption while these negotiations continue. They will not be treated as out of network," end quote. Anthem spokesperson Saturday said to us, quote, "I can say that negotiations are continuing this weekend and we hope to reach an agreement as soon as we can on a new contract." On Friday, during contract negotiations, Anthem's same spokesperson told us that one of Northern Light Health's requests was for a 3-year, 24.8% increase in hospital prices. The spokesperson on Friday told us, quote, "Mainers and their employees cannot afford these kinds of price hikes. If both sides end up not reaching a formal agreement, it's possible that thousands of Northern Light Health patients with Anthem insurance could have to decide to either pay out of pocket or find a new doctor." And a man charged in the death of his infant son was in court on Friday as prosecutors and the defense argued motions seeking to include or eliminate certain pieces of evidence. Isaiah Scott was arrested in New Orleans, where he is originally from, and extradited back to Maine in June of 2024 after 22-year-old Quayshawn Wilson was found unresponsive in a Walmart parking lot in Thomaston in May of 2024. The child was taken to Penn Bay Medical Center and pronounced dead. The manner of death was then ruled a homicide. Scott faces a manslaughter charge, and in court on Friday, motions were heard to include or exclude certain elements, including some expert testimony, autopsy photos, and text messages between the defendant and his girlfriend. Many of the matters were set to be considered by the judge further, but at least one was decided on the spot. A debate over the use of certain police body cam footage that showed the child receiving CPR was at issue, as the defense had asserted that the CPR caused injury to the child's liver and not necessarily to the defendant. They also argued that the lengthy body cam video could be prejudicial. The state argues that the video is needed to refute the defendant's claims because it shows the exact delivery of CPR and is highly relevant. They say the video also shows other injuries to the child's face that are at issue.
The video's in. I mean, as a practical matter, there isn't any, as far as the court can tell, there's no simple way to edit out the face in a video like that. And any kind of blurring or masking of the face, the court would be concerned that the jury would start to speculate about why that happened.
The jury trial of Isaiah Scott begins this weekend in Rockland. The Bangor Police Department is asking for the public's help to find a missing person. Katie Serico has been missing since the spring of 2023. They say she last spoke with her family in May of 2023 and has not been seen or heard from them since. Katie is described as a white female with green eyes, could have brown, black, or blonde hair. She is 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs between 140 and 220 pounds. She would now be 44 years old. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Bangor Police Detective Hallett at 947-7384, extension 5755. Anonymous tips can also be left. Well, 2 boaters were rescued from Plymouth Pond on Saturday after their boat capsized. According to the Plymouth Fire Department, crews received a call at around 3:30 in the afternoon from a boat occupant who had reported to be capsized. 2 males were out duck hunting in the boat when their boat overturned, which crews suspect to be due to extremely windy conditions. Luckily, there were no injuries in the incident, but boaters are encouraged to exercise caution in that kind of weather.
One patient in the boat called 911, and then we got our boat out. It was close to being put back winterized, but we got it back out and made a quick recovery, recovered both patients.
Newport and Dixmont EMS crews, as well as the Maine Warden Service and local sheriff's office, provided mutual aid in that incident. We may be thousands of miles from the Arctic region, but a group of UMaine students and environmental advocates say they're concerned about the Arctic's future. A protest was held on the campus to encourage protection for the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge in northern Alaska. Organizers say the refuge has been a target for oil and fossil fuel drilling, which not only threatens wildlife and people living in the refuge, but could also prove hazardous to climate conditions, including those here in Maine.
People in the state of Maine are going to be really affected by things like sea level rise and ocean warming, ocean acidification. All those things will affect key industries, think seafood, Maine's, of course, lobsters, tourism. And so Mainers have a real stake in what happens up in the Arctic as well.
Those students and advocates are urging folks to call their representatives, saying they will make over 100 calls to Senator Susan Collins and Congressman Jared Golden to encourage more protection in the Arctic. Well, the town of Searsport has a rich maritime history, one that is now encapsulated forever thanks to an artistic new addition in downtown. Our Callie Warren has more.
This was just a dream that I had as a little girl, and it's finally coming to fruition.
Karen Kelly was born and raised in Searsport, a town whose history comes mostly from the nearby sea. Historians say the small town produced more shipmasters than any other town of its size in the world, a record that Kelly has now preserved for centuries to come.
It just feels like we keep losing little pieces of who we are. and I wanted to make it permanent.
A sea captain cast in bronze was unveiled on Saturday in front of a crowd of community members. It now watches over Searsport's harbor to honor all of the town's shipmasters and their families.
This day will go down in history, being known as the day that all the sea captains came back to Searsport that were from Searsport, embodied in one beautiful bronze statue of a sea captain.
The statue itself was around a year in the making, but it's something Kelly has longed for since childhood. She started the statue project alongside friend and beloved resident Natalie Knox, who passed in 2023. Now the statue bears Knox's name.
That I'm so grateful that everybody's here and wants to share this.
Yeah, me too.
It's just a dream come true.
For locals, it's an incredibly meaningful tribute to a piece of history that may now be a lost art, but is preserved within that sculpture.
I just love it because of what it is. It represents all of our sea captain ancestors and how hard they worked, and many of them were lost at sea. My great-grandfather was lost at sea in 1904.
But now this will be a jolly thing to see when we go through town and commemorate so many of those captains, because some of them didn't come back.
The bronze captain now welcomes locals to Searsport, hands forever steering at the helm.
Searsport is a very proud maritime town. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to hit the brakes when they see this. They'll be going by, oh, let's take a look at that statue.
In Searsport, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The 2025 referendum election is tomorrow, and both sides of Question 1 are voicing their perspectives on the matter. Question 1 on this year's ballot asks voters if they want to make changes to certain Maine state law elections, including requiring people to present a photo ID to vote and request an absentee ballot, and other certain restrictions to absentee voting. Governor Janet Mills, an opponent of Question 1, says the Trump administration is pushing for similar voter ID laws on a federal level. Alex Titcomb, campaign manager for Yes on 1, says these changes would provide additional security to state elections.
Not just taking a wrecking ball to the White House, but taking a wrecking ball to our country, to our democracy, to our right to vote.
36 other states have a voter ID requirement, so it's, Maine should be the 37th.
Details on both Questions 1 and 2. A voter guide can be found on the Maine Secretary of State Office's website. Well, a new report says America's lobsters are now being overfished off the New England coast. The regulatory agency Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Commission said the stock has declined by 34% since 2018 in its important fishing grounds. The commission says it now considers overfishing of the species to be occurring, and that could bring new management measures that restrict fishermen from catching them in the future. Lobsters are among America's most lucrative seafood species. They were worth more than $700 million at the docks last year. The industry caught record high numbers of the crustaceans during the previous decade. The assessment said the decline in overfishing were taking place in fishing areas off Maine and Massachusetts, where most lobster fishing takes place. The assessment also looked at the southern New England lobster stock, which it had said had been depleted for years. Well, the time now is 6:13. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Dory Woman Rowing in Belfast hosted its annual Witches Row, where participants paddled along the Belfast Harbor. But first, let's take another look at that forecast. For today, clouds increase with a slight chance of rain, temperatures in the mid-50s. Overnight, cloudy and rain and breezy, temperatures right around 40 degrees. And for tomorrow, partly cloudy with a slight chance of rain, temperatures in the high 40s. We'll be right back.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
For 50 years, the three best words in the morning.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. They won't let me out of here.
Good morning, America.
This morning, it's time to celebrate our big birthday on
Good Morning America. Pat's Pizza in Holden suggests calling now for reserving your next event or party. Their 2 indoor golf simulators are now open, and they're taking reservations for the fall season. Please check their Facebook page for indoor golf specials. Pat's Pizza, Holden.
Every answer tells a story.
Name a place where a stranger sees you naked.
Strip club.
You're not supposed to take your clothes off at the strip club.
But sometimes, don't tell it on national TV.
Name a reason you might want to get rid of a tattoo.
You lost a bunch of weight, so now it's all, saggy. And
it was an anchor, now it's a fork.
Family Feud. Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
Mainers will be using the 207 area code for a while longer. The North American Numbering Plan Administrator just released a new analysis. It projects Maine's 207 area code will now last until the first quarter of 2050. That places Maine among the states with the longest remaining area code lifespans nationwide. When they first began projecting area codes, there were fears Maine's area code would be exhausted by 2024. Maine's Public Utilities Commission undertook a number of steps with the telecommunications industry to preserve it. And a Bangor radio station formerly owned by the King of Horror has been sold again. Rock Lobster purchased the station from author Stephen King and has been operating it throughout 2025. On Friday, the owner of Mix Maine Media announced they have bought the station from Rock Lobster. The company bought Stephen King's other 2 radio stations when they went up for sale. Mix Maine Media President Jay Hansen says, quote, "When an opportunity arises to enhance your position in a market you love, you move quickly." And you may have seen some witches around Belfast this weekend, but some traded their broomsticks in for oars. Dory Women's Rowing in Belfast hosted its 7th annual Witches Row. Participants dressed as witches paddled along the Belfast harbor in kayaks, paddleboards, and other vessels. The owner of Dory Women Rowing started the event back in 2018 as a way to embrace the holiday season and celebrate the area's vast rowing community.
This is a really fun way to embrace the season and get out on the water. There's a lot of water lovers here. There's a lot of people with their own boats or friends with boats. It's a real community building event.
It's an opportunity for us to come together as people who are nature-based spirituality, but also to be part of our working waterfront in Belfast, which is so vibrant and alive and such a focal point for our community.
The event is traditionally held on Halloween, but was rescheduled to Sunday due to poor weather conditions. In previous years, organizers say the event has seen around 30 vessels participate, and despite the smaller turnout this year, the Belfast footbridge was still lined with spectators. The time now is 6:18. After the break, this past weekend marks the end of daylight savings time. We'll have that story ahead. Plus, we'll have the latest on the federal government shutdown entering its 2nd month. These stories and more straight ahead on Good Morning Maine.
See no evil, hear no evil. That's Jared Golden. As radicals from Golden's own party spew hateful rhetoric and launch violent attacks across the country, Golden shows no leadership at all. Elected officials targeted, innocent citizens killed. Jared Golden sits on his hands. And Golden voted against funding for law enforcement and ICE, making our communities more dangerous. Tell Congressman Golden, enough is enough. It's time for responsible leadership. Start voting to keep us all safe.
This holiday, give the gift of peace of mind with a AAA membership. Enjoy exclusive savings on shopping, dining, theme parks, and even travel planning. Plus, 24/7 roadside assistance. Right now, gift a membership for just $35 and get a free household member. We'll even thank you with a $20 Visa gift card. Visit AAA.com/gift or call today. AAA, we're always with you.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. With durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all. From compact track loaders to the world's #1 selling compact excavator for 20 years, the Kubota construction lineup is ready to work. Visit your local dealer today.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
This past weekend marks the end of daylight savings time, meaning we'll gain an extra hour of sleep but lose a little more sunlight. After we turn those clocks back, our Alex Schley reminds us they're not the only things that may need adjusting.
According to a 2025 Gallup poll, most Americans say they're not a fan of the time change. Mainers we spoke with, however, had mixed opinions on the matter.
I actually like it the same time all year round, myself.
I mean, you miss out on the sun, but at least you get the hour of sleep, so you kind of catch up on some rest. So I don't see the problem there.
You know, it seems like the time change is unnecessary.
Whether you love it or loathe it, Sunday we fall back an hour. And when you do, experts say there's something else worth turning your attention to.
We take this as a great time to remember to check your smoke alarms. We call it turn and test. So as you turn your clocks back Saturday night, Sunday morning, depending on your preference, check that smoke alarm.
Red Cross officials say it's important to check both the date and the batteries.
Remember, smoke alarms are only good for 10 years. After that, they may still make a noise, but you need to replace them.
King says after 10 years, this sensor inside can go bad, meaning that beep you hear might be a false sense of security. The manufacturer date on the smoke alarm is printed on either the back or side of most devices. So as you turn and test this weekend, enjoy that extra hour of sleep and rest a little easier knowing your alarms are working too. In Bangor, Alex Schley for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
The time now is 6:22. Let's get a full look at our forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, here we go. A small craft advisory up until 1 a.m. Tuesday along the coast, and then gale warnings also up until Wednesday at around 1 a.m. So we have active surf to keep an eye on thanks to gusty winds up to 25 to even 45 miles per hour. And wave heights, they're not bad yet at around 1 foot. And then a little bit active farther out towards sea at around 3 to 6 feet. But it's only going to be getting worse as the areas of low pressure begin to move in and the wind gusts begin to pick up. For now, a small area of high pressure right overhead, keeping us clear for now. And the key word is for now. As we do zoom things out, there's that small area low pressure right there. And that's going to be tracking off towards the north and east. A slight chance of rain with that today. And this will give us better opportunities where I'm pointing at for more rain coming up later on tonight. And that's going to be a better opportunity. So futurecast, again, increasing clouds, slight chance for rain later on this afternoon. And then overnight, there's a better opportunity for rain. And then as we head towards your Tuesday, slight chance for some rain showers. Notice the isobars become very stacked. That's our gusty winds we'll really have to watch out for as we head towards your Tuesday. Although Tuesday night, the sky really begins to clear out. Some gusty winds today. It won't be a big deal today. Some gusts up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. They really pick up Tuesday night. So as we do move forward, or should I say, they really begin to pick up tonight and as we head towards your Tuesday. So Tuesday, we could be talking about gusty winds up to 30, 35, even up to 40 miles per hour at times. And the rainfall too, we will have some rain coming up later on tonight, and it won't be a whole lot, maybe up to 1/4 of an inch, and that's about it. So for today, we have mid-50s, increasing clouds, a slight chance for rain, and a south wind up to 25 miles per hour. Winds, again, gusting up to 25 miles per hour or higher, cloudy with rain and breezy with lows in the low 40s. Here's where the winds really begin to pick up. Upper 40s, partly cloudy, a slight chance for rain. Northwest up to around 45 miles per hour. We really need to watch out for that. Then let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Mostly cloudy for your Wednesday with highs in the upper 40s, and then mid 40s for your Thursday with a chance for rain showers, and then mostly cloudy Friday with highs in the upper 40s.
Join us every Friday this season as we celebrate the return to the gridiron.
with the most highlights, reactions, and analysis of your favorite teams. Catch Sports Blitz Friday at 11 on ABC 7. Sports Blitz is brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 30 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. And by Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holden, where you'll find furniture that's in stock and ready for delivery.
I am born to do this. It is my true passion. I stare into the dark at night and dream about it. On game day, muscles twitch and my mind races. I live for this. It's my calling. I am an American bucking bull. And this is my sport. The professional bull riders.
PBR Bangor bucks into Cross Insurance Center January 2nd through the 4th. Tickets at pbr.com/tickets or Ticketmaster.
It's bull time.
Autumn is here. That means winter is just around the corner, and so are higher energy bills. But when Washington tried to cut critical heating assistance to thousands of Mainers, it was Senator Susan Collins who rescued it. A fierce defender of the program, Senator Collins has secured $700 million in funds to help Mainers afford their heating bills, providing essential help for those on fixed incomes. Call, thank Senator Collins, and ask her to keep fighting and winning for Maine.
Any job goes more smoothly and successfully with the right people on your team, like the people at Hammond Lumber Company, where you'll find high-quality building materials from industry-leading suppliers and get expert advice and professional services. Hammond offers timely delivery with their own fleet of trucks, with boom and forklift trucks available. For your next project, get the materials and services you need to succeed from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Some displaced people in Gaza say aid is not coming fast enough. Palestinians in the Khan Yunis area say humanitarian aid deliveries of food are trickling in too slowly. Long lines develop at distribution centers for what food is being distributed. The boxes contain basic staples such as cooking oil, rice, beans, and other foods, but some people in the region say it's insufficient to support entire families. Some Palestinians say as many as 300 to 350 trucks have been seen entering day and night in the Gaza Strip since a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas was reached in mid-October. But there has been no organizational support to distribute that aid. Well, tomorrow is Election Day, and candidates in some key races delivering their closing messages. And former President Obama hit the campaign trail in New Jersey and Virginia. ABC's Allison Kosick has the latest.
It's the final sprint to Election Day, and in New York City's mayoral race, New York State Assemblyman Zohran Mamdani making the rounds at the New York City Marathon. Mamdani's main rival, independent candidate and former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, pitching his experience.
Who has solutions that can actually work, and who has the ability to make those solutions a reality?
The race drawing national attention, even being mocked on Saturday Night Live.
Free healthcare, affordable housing, free Wi-Fi. As mayor, can I make that happen? I'm not sure yet. But together we're gonna find out that the answer is no.
President Trump casting Mamdani as an extremist.
Communist, not socialist, communist. He's far worse than a socialist.
The president staying off the trail but endorsing several Republicans, including Jack Ciattarelli, who has gained significant ground on Democrat Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey's governor's race. Former President Barack Obama campaigning in New Jersey and Virginia, taking aim at his successor.
Every day, this White House offers up a fresh batch of lawlessness and recklessness and mean-spiritedness and just plain craziness.
In Virginia, he's backing Democrat Abigail Spanberger in her race against Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears. The results in New Jersey and Virginia expected to signal how voters feel about his second term and set the stage for next year's midterms. Key in that fight, California's Prop 50, Democrats pushing to flip 5 House seats after Republicans did the same in Texas. For the 2026 midterm elections, Democrats are trying to gain control of Congress as Republicans attempt to maintain their slim majority for the remainder of President Trump's second term. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Last night, President Trump says the U.S. military stands prepared to go into Nigeria, claiming the country's government is allowing Christians to be slaughtered. The president threatening to wipe out Islamic terrorists in a post that he was adding said, quote, "will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into the now disgraced country." Secretary Pete Hegseth standing with the president and responding, quote, "the Department of War is prepared for action." Nigeria is split nearly equally between Muslims and Christians, but over the last decade, the violent terror group Boko Haram and other extremists have increased attacks like this one in northern Nigeria. Analysts caution that while Christians are among those targeted, most of these attacks are in Nigeria's Muslim-majority north. Now to the latest on the government shutdown entering its second month. President Trump is calling on Republicans to change the Senate rules to reopen the government with a simple majority vote instead of the 60 votes currently needed. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington, with the impact being felt all across the country.
This morning, with just days to go until the government shutdown becomes the longest in history, President Trump encouraging Republicans to change Senate rules and allow Republicans to reopen the government with a simple majority without needing any votes from Democrats. It comes as 42 million Americans face losing critical food assistance. A federal judge now ordering the Trump administration to start making food stamp payments today or partial payments by Wednesday. However, it's not clear if the White House will comply. The Trump administration arguing it can't legally use emergency funds. The president on 60 Minutes last night pointing the finger at Democrats.
I mean, the Republicans are voting almost unanimously to end it, and the Democrats keep voting against ending it.
It's very unfortunate that Donald Trump and Republicans have decided to weaponize hunger and withhold SNAP benefits.
It comes as the stalemate on Capitol Hill continues with no progress. The main sticking point, extending tax credits for the Affordable Care Act. Virginia resident Beth Dreyer, who relies on that subsidy, says her monthly payment is set to jump from $80 to $425.
This is more than quadrupled in cost for me. So it's just straight out. There's no way I would be able to afford this next year.
And at airports across the country, major delays and cancellations for travelers as air traffic controllers call out sick. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy now warning the delays will get worse as the shutdown continues.
We will delay, we will cancel any kind of flight across the national airspace to make sure people are safe.
Amid the gridlock in the nation's capital, a new ABC News Washington Post Ipsos poll finds nearly 60% of Americans disapprove of Trump's handling of the government, and nearly 2/3 believe the U.S. is headed in the wrong direction. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, the Belfast Police Department and the Belfast VFW hosted a Fill the Cruiser food drive. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
In an ideal world,
hey, hon.
you'd always feed your kids healthy snacks.
How was practice?
I'm starving. Legit gonna eat my shin guards.
But time isn't always on your side.
I'm good.
Snack Pals? Grab and go goodness. You know, they're not just for kids.
Hannaford Snack Pals. For healthier snacking and stress-free convenience. Hannaford, all for good.
Davis Brothers Furniture is expanding. At Davis Brothers, we've always strived to stand out from the rest, and we are now proud to offer flooring for your home, featuring both carpeting and luxury vinyl flooring. We even have an installer in-house with over 30 years of experience. Come see the reason people have been traveling from all over the state and beyond to Davis Brothers Furniture in Guilford for decades. Davis Brothers Furniture, deliberately different, delivering statewide.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole. With boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
We're going to turn things right back over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, let's get into things this morning. We have some advisories posted. We have a small craft advisory up until Tuesday morning at around 1 a.m. And we also have some gale warnings that will last until Wednesday morning at around 1 a.m. as well. Gusty winds, and they could reach up to around 45 miles per hour this week, and that will really stir up the ocean. Some areas of low pressure will be passing through. In the meantime, we are quiet. A weak area high pressure keeping us quiet for now. We will be watching for increasing clouds today and a slight chance for some rain showers too. We have a couple areas of low pressure. This one will be passing through nearby, giving us a slight chance for rain showers today. This one will give us some opportunities for rain coming up later on tonight. Futurecast showing those rain opportunities with a small chance later on tonight and better opportunities overnight as well. So your hourly forecast this morning into the afternoon period, again, some clouds and then better opportunities for rain late this afternoon and especially overnight. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Janessa?
Thank you, Devin. Will zombies take the streets for a parade in Brazil? Hundreds dressed up like zombies and marched in Brazil's capital of Sao Paulo on Sunday for the annual Zombie Walk parade. Fans of the brain-eating monsters dressed up as pop culture figures and showed off their own creative designs. Organizers say the parade has been around since 2006 and is considering a day for mourning and artistic celebration. Now for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Allison Kosick.
Hello, Finney.
Universal's Black Phone 2 and Paramount's Regretting You both claimed the top spots at the box office this weekend, with Regretting You ultimately taking in just over $8 million. The month's total ticket sales are the lowest since 1998, excluding October 2020 during the pandemic. Speaking of movies, we're learning more about the cast of the upcoming Beatles films. The 4 movies featuring each member's point of view will star Mia McKenna-Bruce, Saoirse Ronan, Anna Sawai, and Amy Lou Wood as the significant others of the Fab Four. It's a big deal. This is the first time the Beatles have ever given the green light to use both their life story and music rights in a scripted film. The movies are set to hit theaters in 2028. And happy birthday, Dennis Miller. The Saturday Night alum and comedian is 72. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Allison Kosick, ABC News, New York.
Still to come here this morning, Max Sturm with sports. Don't go away.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
Healthcare costs are up 75% in the last 10 years. Now millions are losing coverage to pay for tax cuts for the wealthy, and Mainers could see their monthly premiums jump $1,500. Congressman Jared Golden is working to fix this, to extend tax credits so families don't have to choose between going to the doctor and paying for groceries. Congressman Golden has always had our back when it comes to lowering costs. Call Congressman Golden. Tell him to keep fighting.
Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the grace, strength, and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports Shop, 3 Point Road in Brewer.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
Bring your new kitchen to life with help from the Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring Division by Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Welcome back in, folks. We've got a packed block for you, so buckle in as we start with some high school volleyball state championship games. First up, Class D #1 seed Narraguagus and the Knights take on the 2 seed George Stevens Eagles. Will start in the first set. A nice set in the back line allows Acadia Simmons to tap it over the net to put the Eagles ahead, but Knights libero Eileen Berry says not so fast and responds with a nice service ace to add points to their total. Now it's Lola Worcester with this serve, and she follows up with an ace of her own. Perfect placement there for the sophomore. A bit of a volley going here. Eden Fraser puts an end to it here with this kill, keeping the Knights in the set. The Eagles would go on to close out the first set with a win, putting them out in front very early on, but ultimately the Knights would come back and win the following 3 sets and take home the Class D North title. Let's swing it over to Hamden now for the Class C title match. It's the #2 seed MDI Trojans facing the #1 seed Gardner Tigers. This one opens up with a beautiful service ace by setter Tyler Thomas as she gets things going for MDI. But her serve is played well on the next one, and junior Lila Anderson tallies a point for the Tigers, and it's just out of reach for Thomas. The service from Gardner now, but the Trojans control it, and Janice Anderson sends it down into the ground for MDI. Anderson with another kill attempt, and it's going to be returned. But look out on this one, as there's that kill attempt right there. Look out on this one as the spike is into the ground. MDI will take set 1 and get the early advantage, and they'd ride that momentum throughout the match, and they would go on to win the Class C title in a 3-0 shutout. Looking at some other scores now across the state, Class B field hockey, Nokomis, the #3 seed Nokomis, gets a 2-1 win over Old Town in that upset. Another field hockey game, this time Class C, Foxcroft Academy with a 4-0 win over Orono. 1 seed stays alive. Madomic Valley, a 62-6 win over Old Town in Class C football. And then Camden Hills, another shutout over Waterville as they remain the #1 seed and move on. To the Gridiron we go now for another crucial conference matchup for Maine. In town are the Stony Brook Seawolves looking to end the Black Bears' win streak. Maine up 14-7 after halftime. Peavy drops back, surveys, fires left, and it's caught along the sideline by Aaron Artiga, who picks up some extra yards for the Black Bears and puts them inside the 10-yard line. He'd lead the team in yards for the Black Bears. Inside the 5 now, Peavy back to his legs, and he squeezes through for the score, gets some love from his guys, and Maine takes a 21-7 lead in the third quarter. Seawolves with possession now. Here's Quinn Boyd dancing around looking for options, and he doesn't have any. He fumbles, and Maine falls on it, and another chance is coming up for the Black Bears, and they convert. 3rd down and 9. Peavy floats one into the end zone, and it's caught by freshman Daniel Batch for the score. Maine wins this one 28-21. Down 95 now to Husson University for a little more college football action. The Eagles looking to get back on track. They host Curry College. Starting things off are the Colonels inside the 10-yard line. They hand it off to Monty Quinn, who goes wide and in for the score to give Curry a 10-0 lead.
Looking to answer back now are the Eagles. Max Clark drops back, fires into tight coverage, and it's caught by Mari Montgomery to bring Husson back within a kick. But Curry's QB, Anthony Santino, can fire it too, and he does right here. A 33-yard strike to the end zone to Wesley Williams, who extends the lead again for Curry. Early in the second half, Santino hands it off to Quinn, who is as quick as they come, 71 yards, not a hand on his shirt, as he gets into the end zone, and Curry goes on to win 40-21. We head to Boston now, where the Bruins look to extend their mini win streak against the Carolina Hurricanes at TD Garden. Third period, no score. Charlie McAvoy feeds Casey Middlestat, who shoots and scores his 4th of the year. Bruins up 1-0. Later in the third, same score, Middlestat sends it to Victor Arvidsson, and you'll see it right here. He's going to go all the way to the net. Wrister, his 3rd of the year. Check it out, the wrister from Arvidsson. Bruins go on to win this one 2-1, evening back out to a 7-7 record. That's all the time we have for sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after the break.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
We can go into a room and have absolutely nothing in there, nothing on the windows, no color, no character, no tone to a room.
That's, I think, where we're strongest, is being able to help someone envision what's going to go in that window.
And we leave, it's totally transformed into something that the customer wants it to be. We've often been told we make a room look better just by leaving it.
It's coming. Winter will descend. Be ready and save on one of Toyota's 23 snow-conquering all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models during Toyota's all-wheel drive-a-thon. Now, from the longest-lasting brand, you can get 4.75 for $60 on a Land Cruiser Hybrid with unrivaled heritage and ultimate comfort. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Winter is approaching, so save at Toyota's all-wheel drive-a-thon at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back, everyone. Identity theft in the United States is common. The Federal Trade Commission says last year they received 1.1 million identity theft complaints. At an Ellsworth food pantry on Friday, a workshop was held to provide Mainers with information so they don't become another statistic. Doug Banks has that story.
As long as it's offered, you might as well make use of it.
Folks on Friday gathered inside Loaves and Fish's computer lab for a workshop on how people can protect themselves and others against the rampant and constantly changing threat of fraud and identity theft.
One thing we're trying to do is to offer other resources to help people change their situation.
The workshop was led by Eric Meehan, a personal banker at Key Bank in Ellsworth.
It's part of a overarching program at Key Bank called Money, Me, and Key.
Those in attendance on Friday learned how to identify the signs of identity theft and fraud, the different types of it, inform strategies to protect themselves and their data.
I didn't realize it was such a bad idea to keep your Social Security card in your wallet, but I guess it is, because once they have that, they have everything.
For those who want to learn more or are at all suspicious of their financial situation, Meehan says to contact a trusted individual or a local banker.
If you haven't been a victim yet, you know someone who has. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It is something to be proactive about. There are people out there, professionals like myself, that are able to access information, other services to help fix it.
In Ellsworth, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, a new sculpture park in Florida may not be visible to the public, but it could be bringing in some other visitors. Reefline, a group of art creators interested in helping habitat projects, are pioneering some underwater sculptures in Miami Beach, Florida, as a way to create man-made coral reefs. They're forming an underwater traffic jam of concrete car sculptures that are being dropped into the sea of Miami Beach and soon those cars will be seeded with 2,200 native corals grown in Miami lab. The project is meant to combine art with repopulating the ocean with coral reefs.
We are going to effectively create like a forest of soft corals that are growing over this traffic jam, which I think really lends to the depth of the artistic message itself of having a traffic jam of cars underwater. So nature's going to take back over, and we're helping by growing the soft corals. We've sourced the soft corals from a nearby natural reef, so we know that these gorgonians are able to survive in the area. We know that they're going to thrive on the cars.
The project is partially funded by Miami Beach bonds, and it later hopes to raise $40 million to extend along 7 miles of coastline. The marine-grade concrete cars were made by an Argentine artist. Now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, here we go. A small craft advisory up until 1 a.m. Tuesday along the coast, and then gale warnings also up until Wednesday at around 1 a.m. So we have active surf to keep an eye on thanks to gusty winds up to 25 to even 45 miles per hour. And wave heights, they're not bad yet at around 1 foot. And then a little bit active farther out towards sea at around 3 to 6 feet. But it's only going to be getting worse as the areas of low pressure begin to move in and the wind gusts begin to pick up. For now, a small area of high pressure right overhead, keeping us clear for now. And the key word is for now. As we do zoom things out, there's that small area low pressure right there, and that's going to be tracking off towards the north and east. A slight chance of rain with that today, and this will give us better opportunities where I'm pointing at for more rain coming up later on tonight, and that's going to be a better opportunity. So future casts, again, increasing clouds, slight chance for rain later on this afternoon, and then overnight there's a better opportunity for rain. And then as we head towards your Tuesday, slight chance for some rain showers. Notice the isobars become very stacked. That's our gusty winds we'll really have to watch out for as we head towards your Tuesday, although Tuesday night the sky really begins to clear out. Some gusty winds today. It won't be a big deal today. Some gusts up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. They really pick up Tuesday night. So as we do move forward, or should I say, they really begin to pick up tonight and as we head towards to Tuesday. So Tuesday we could be talking about gusty winds up to 30, 35, even up to 40 miles per hour at times. And the rainfall too, we will have some rain coming up later on tonight, and it won't be a whole lot, maybe up to 1/4 of an inch, and that's about it. So for today we have mid-50s, increasing clouds, a slight chance for rain, and a south wind up to 25 miles per hour. Winds again gusting up to 25 miles per hour or higher, cloudy with rain and breezy with lows in the low 40s. Here's where the winds really begin to pick up. Upper 40s, partly cloudy, a slight chance for rain. Northwest up to around 45 miles per hour. We really need to watch out for that. Then let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Mostly cloudy for your Wednesday with highs in the upper 40s, and then mid 40s for your Thursday with a chance for rain showers, and then mostly cloudy Friday with highs in the upper 40s.
You're gripping a pumpkin spice latte, watching the home game on a Friday night. Earlier, you took the kids apple picking and almost made it through the corn maze. It's that time of year. Shorter days, cooler nights. Valley Home Services believes the comfort and warmth of home means more on nights like these. Comfort and warmth that comes from Fujitsu heat pumps. Valley Home Services has the most reliable choices for heating and cooling your home or business. Ditch the worry of heating bills and power outages all season long with Valley Home Services. Go ahead, embrace the comfort.
With Maine's largest network of parts, Coastal Auto Parts keeps things moving. If it's got wheels and an engine, we've got the parts to keep it on the road, from work trucks to weekend rides. If it's on the road, we're behind it. At Coastal Auto Parts, we're driven by more than engines. We're powered by the people who count on us, because serving our community is what keeps us going.
Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Democrats have a three-part plan for 2026. Win control of Congress, stop Trump's momentum, and completely erase his agenda. If Republicans don't hold the majority, President Trump's historic achievements are at risk. Extending the premium tax credits working families use to pay for health care is how Republicans deliver on the promises that gave them the majority and protect Trump. Senator Collins, protect our premium tax credits and we'll protect the majority and the MAGA agenda.
Our fall Carhartt is in all stores. Flannel shirts, jackets, and more.
A mannequin that talks. Get to Rennie's, get your Carhartt, great selection.
Thank you for shopping Rennie's.
The ballroom is electric.
And the moves? Epic.
It's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame night. Red hot! Thunder and lightning!
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame night on Dancing with the Stars, live ABC Tuesday.
A city and a food pantry are teaming up to collect donations during the lapse in Maine SNAP benefits. Donation drop-off locations have been set up across the city of Ellsworth, including the Public Library, City Hall, Healthy Acadia, and more. Their most needed items include canned soups, baking supplies, dry cereal, and infant formula. Perishable donations should be brought directly to the Loaves and Fishes food pantry in Ellsworth.
It's a wonderful thing that the city has been proactive like this. They reached out to us this week to talk about what was most needed and how could we work together.
Monetary donations will be accepted at Ellsworth City Hall and the city's public library. Well, the people of Belfast are also stepping in to help. The Belfast Police Department, the local VFW chapter, and multiple food pantries collaborated on Saturday for an annual Stuff the Cruiser event, which saw people donate items such as grocery essentials, pet food, household items, and more. Organizers say food pantry visits have skyrocketed recently and the hope to help out their community.
There's been quite an increase. You know, a lot of people are really hurting, so yeah, this is going to be great.
Well, that is all the time that we have left for this hour, but as always, we thank you for joining us. You can stay with us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine next on Fox 22. We hope you have a great day.